So we're here with Tom Evans on the start line of the UTS. Which race are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing the 50k tomorrow, which is actually 55k. I think that has to go out there.
Very important.
Yeah.
And so, has your training gone okay? Are you feeling hopeful for the race?
Yeah, I think training's gone really well. I'm building up for the Western States, which is a 100-mile race that's in 7 weeks' time in California. So yeah, this is just a really good opportunity to test some things out and yeah, see how the training has gone. And it's always so nice to run, to run in the UK and to be able to showcase the incredible trails that we've got at home.
Amazing. And have you got like a top tip for anyone who's doing the 50k for the first time, maybe?
My top tip for this course would be don't start too fast. From the halfway point, you can, if you want to go a bit quicker, go a bit quicker. But the first half, take really carefully, make sure you're eating, make sure you're drinking. But my biggest tip would be to have fun and just smile. Yeah, have fun, and yeah, you'll enjoy it and you have an amazing day.
And take many selfies.
Lots of selfies, the more the better.
Amazing, thank you so much, Tom, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much, thanks.
Hey, Flora.
Hi.
How are you doing, and what race are you doing today?
Oh God, I'm doing the 25k. I was going to be doing the 55, but I got COVID, and then I was just like, there's no point trying to drag myself around the really long one when I could just go out and do 25 and kind of enjoy the whole thing. And I've never done this race before, and I've never been to Snowdonia before, so I'm just really excited to get out. It is so beautiful.
You've never been to Snowdonia before?
Never.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I know.
That's
I live
amazing.
right next to the Brecon Beacon, so I go there a lot and I train there, but
yeah.
I've never actually been up here, and it's completely different. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, very pointy.
Very tall mountains.
Yeah. And based on your ultra experience, do you have like a top tip for anybody who's doing the 50k? This is going to be a film all about the 50k.
Yeah, so I have kind of mantra that goes around in my head that really helps when I'm doing ultra marathons, and it really helped me for my last one that I did, which is be patient, look up, and have fun. So the be patient part, I just think you get caught up, especially in amazing UTMB events, you know, you get caught up, you really want to go fast, but actually being patient and sitting back and then racing the second half if you have the energy and you want to do that is a way better way of doing it. I've learned that the hard way. Look up. You know, sometimes we get so caught up looking at our feet and trying to pick out the rocks, and I think that's obviously really important. Like you say, it's very pointy, it's very rocky, it's a little bit scary, but look up every so often. The views are what carry you through, and have fun. Don't forget, you paid to be here. You're supposed to be having fun, and if you're not having fun, why are you doing it? So just remember to smile. It actually genuinely eases the pain a little bit, so just have fun and remember why you started.
Awesome, thank you so much, Flora, and have a great race tomorrow.
Good luck.
Hey Tim, how are you feeling ahead of the 100k?
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting Snowdonia weather, so it's a bit of an odd one really. It's sunny.
It's proper UTMB weather, isn't it?
I'm going to burn my ball patch. I think it's a shame for the international athletes that have travelled all the way over here and they're not going to get hail and sleet and wind and rain and
they're not going to get the true British experience,
they're
are
not,
they?
They're not. So I was having a chat with a lovely Canadian couple and trying to tell them that this is not normal.
No.
But no, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be good running conditions. So yeah, just looking forward to it. Yeah.
Awesome, that's great. Any last minute tips for anyone doing the 50k?
For the 50k, just take that first climb up slow and steady. You're going to be, racing out of town on the flats, right? Hit that first climb, walk it. Just take it nice and steady.
Yeah.
Keep the heart rate under control. Yeah, just enjoy the views. I mean, we're going to get views tomorrow again.
Yeah.
Unusual for
I
Snowdonia.
don't think I've ever seen such views in Snowdonia.
Stunning.
I've never seen from the top of Snowdon before.
No, exactly. So it's going to be great. So you just got to take your time, enjoy the views. It's an eating competition, this, isn't it? So just take it steady, keep the food going down. You're going to have a wonderful time.
That's the kind of advice I like to hear. Yeah. Thank you very much,
All right,
Tim.
have a great day. Enjoy yourself tomorrow.
Thank you. Right, so I found Beth's sister, Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Welcome to Wales. Which race are you doing?
I'm doing the 50k or the 55k.
Yes.
You can call it what it is.
Very important to note that extra 5k. So you were just telling me that you're quite new to trail running, is that right?
Yeah, I've been, as I would say, taking it quite seriously for a couple of years now, and I've done a few sort of shorter races, but basically I was just a fun runner until fairly recently.
Yes, awesome. And so seeing as you've just come from it quite recently, what kind of tips do you have for beginner trail runners maybe doing their first 50k here in Wales?
The biggest thing that I've learned is that you have to eat way more than you think you do. and eat before you get hungry or before you get weak. Start eating really early. I would probably have my first gel in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, like first climb, I'm always gel. I'm always the first person to get my gel out. And drink as well, because it's going to be a hot one out there today. So I'm definitely going to be having some salt. And trying to stay hydrated and stay fueled.
Awesome. And in terms of like kit, have you got any essentials that you've brought with you or that you take to every race?
I try not to sort of have the same kit every time, just in case something goes wrong and I need my special poles or something. But I am going to be using poles. So I think it's an easy race for poles because it's 4 big climbs, so it's not loads of kind of faff getting them in, getting them out. And I'm going to be wearing the Salomon S-Lab Ultras, just because they're really comfortable, and I think you have to be comfortable in the shoes. If they're the perfect shoe for the race, but they're not comfortable for you, then there's not much point in wearing them. And I'm really happy with those shoes.
Fantastic. Oh, well, thank you so much. Those are really great tips, and wishing you all the best of luck for the race tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Nice to chat.
Hi, Chris.
Hi,
just
Claire.
remind me of your YouTube channel.
My name is Chris Branch and my YouTube channel is Chris Branch. Nice and easy.
Very easy. And so you did the 50k last year. What was it like, in a nutshell?
At the time, it was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my whole life by a very long way. It was brutal. But this year I'm more conditioned and hopefully it won't be quite so brutal this year. But my lasting memory of it was just epic beauty and a great challenge, a great personal challenge.
And it seemed a bit rainy from the film that I watched last year.
The 50K,
looks nicer weather this year.
Yeah, I mean this year I can't believe this must be the best possible weather you can have in Snowdon. So.
Apart from if you're ginger like us.
Yeah, need a factor 50. But last year the weather wasn't too bad. It was kind of mostly good and then a little bit of rain, not too bad.
Yeah, and so having done last year's race, and I know at the end of your film you did that really good like takeaways thing where you sort of assessed the race. What sort of learning points did you take from that race that you could tell us for top tips?
My biggest mistake last year, and the thing that I'm going to try my hardest to rectify this year, is to eat regularly. And I just didn't eat enough. And one of the reasons, this is one of my excuses, you get trudging up a hill, especially with poles. You're going up a steep hill and you think, oh, I'm in a rhythm, I'm in a routine, I'll eat at the top. But they're such big hills, a hill might take you an hour and you need calories at the bottom. And then it's an hour of not just an hour of running, it's an hour of steep hills. So you really need to be eating on the way up. And so regular calories is my biggest tip.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chris, and best of luck in this race tomorrow.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
So we've got Laurie Morgan here, and what are you up to this weekend?
Well, I was supposed to be racing. Oh, sorry. Am I looking at you or looking at...
either.
Oh,
Like,
right, okay.
Doesn't really matter.
Okay. Well, I was supposed to be racing the 50k because I'm working on the British Triathlon on Sunday. But unfortunately, I had an accident about 2 months ago in the mountains. I was ski touring, fell nasty, and I torn my ACL and MCL. So the next best thing is working on it as a broadcaster. So I'm with the BBC this weekend, and I've been interviewing athletes for a preview, and now I'm following the athletes as they're racing. So I'm well excited.
Amazing. And do you have any top tips for someone doing the 50k race, perhaps?
Okay, my top tip for a 50k would be to remind yourself how strong you are mentally, because everybody has the same emotions during an ultra marathon. We will have peaks, but we'll also have troughs. So when we're in that dark place, just remind yourself of your whys. Why are you doing the race? Some people run for running stones because they desperately want to get to Chamonix. Some people will do it just because they want to push their own personal boundaries. Some will be doing it for charity, etc. But whatever your reason and your motivation, just use it to bring yourself out of that hole and right towards the finish line.
Amazing. That's amazing advice, and I'm definitely going to be putting that into practice tomorrow.
You know, everybody's got their different reasons for running, and everybody's got their different tips mentally. But for me, one big thing I will say, and from experience, when I feel that I'm at my lowest ebb and nothing is going to plan, I'll just say one step further, give myself another 5 minutes, and normally I'm able, and I realise then that my limits don't break, they bend, and then I start to think, oh, I'm quite enjoying myself. So it's just like waves, so you have your peaks and troughs. So remind yourself that there are good points and bad points to a race, but normally you finish on a good point.
Yeah, so don't quit while you're thinking you're down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give yourself
Amazing.
a little bit more time before you decide to properly quit.
Yeah, amazing.
And you never will.
Yes, exactly. That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And have a lovely weekend.
And
It's a beautiful weekend to be broadcasting.
To you. I'll be watching you from the start, and then I'll be dot watching. So I'll be then
thank
travelling
you.
down to Cardiff. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Bon matin.
Bonjour.
Here we are with Mathieu de la Pêche. And how are you feeling about this morning's race?
Yeah, I feel super good. I can't wait to be up there in the mountain with such a weather in this nice mountain here. I want to go running now.
Amazing. And you run a YouTube channel yourself, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to share my adventure to get to the top of trail running. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, you'll be hot on the heels of Tom Evans today then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Brilliant. So do you have a top tip for anyone who's a bit lower down the pack, like maybe doing their first 50k here today?
Yeah, my top tip today would be not to neglect, to go for comfort, not to try to save some grams to have lighter shoes, but I think for hours in the mountains, the last hours, you will really appreciate to have comfy shoes. And also a last tip for comfort, especially if you are a man, don't forget to tape your nipples. This is very important. Because I've seen so many bloody nipples at the finish line that now I always tape my nipples, and then I don't feel any chafing. I don't know how to say it, but I guess you understood.
Hi Mike, so what is happening here today? Well, today and tomorrow.
We've got registered runners for all the races, getting ready for UTS 50k, 100k and the new Ariri 25k race tomorrow. The sun's shining, spirits are good, so yeah, everyone's stoked about tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like an absolutely awesome event. Everything's just going really smoothly from what I can tell. Have you got any top tips for the 50k in particular? Like, I'm just thinking like in terms of the terrain, like what will they find out there on the course?
The race route starts with a solid 5-mile climb. That's a good way to ease yourself into the race. I would suggest getting the hiking poles out early and just doing as much walking as possible up that. It's easy to get carried away early on the first climb. I'll just take it easy. Coming off that climb, there's a very long descent, almost 1,000 metres of vertical drop, so bear that in mind. If you get to the first aid station, then you can start to open the gas a little bit.
If you're not already worn out. The course seems nice and dry today, but sometimes if it's going to be really rainy, are there muddy parts on that course as well?
There are a couple of patches that will probably still be a bit soggy, but for the most part I think it's going to be nice underfoot. There was a lot of rain yesterday, so those parts I mentioned might be a bit soggy, but we'll see. Yeah.
And what does it mean to you, being the race organiser, having such a fantastic event with so many people coming from all over the UK and it being the only UTMB event here?
Yes, like the culmination of a 6-year project. We started the event in 2018, and this was always the goal, to have a relatively big event with somewhat of an international profile. I feel like we've achieved that at long last this year, and it's been a labour of love for sure. some tough periods, but when it all comes together like this, it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and the weather's certainly smiling on you today, so I think it's going to be a fantastic.
Super lucky, like I'm pinching myself actually. These events are a bit hectic to organise, and if it's bad weather, it can take its toll on the volunteers and the organisation. So to have this, it's such a bonus, honestly. It's great for everyone, the runners obviously, but for the 300 people involved in hosting this event, it makes a big difference as well.
Fantastic, that's amazing. Well, congratulations on organising such an amazing event with so many people, and hope it all runs really smoothly for you tomorrow.
Great, thanks for coming.